So we've been and bought all fresh vegetables and sauces and that for the Asian cooking. Went to the organic shop, didn't we, Rhino? At Steve-O and Way.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Aldi and Woolies. We did the trifecta. That was called the hat trick.
Aldi, Woolies, and the what do you call it? The organic shop.
Organics.
So we've got ourselves some chicken thighs, some beef stir fry, and some
That's for later.
lamb lollipops. So with this, we're going to make a big batch of chicken and cashews with lots of fresh vegetables. And with this, we're going to do beef and black bean.
Ooh.
And we'll use a mixture of different vegetables. Probably use a green capsicum with the beef and black bean, I reckon, but we'll use red capsicum for the chicken and cashews. Mix up the vegetables so that they're not just a mixture of the same stuff. So
yeah.
they'll be slightly different, and plus then you're going to have the two different sauce flavors. You can have that with rice, or you can have it on your own. Lots of fresh produce in it. Probably about 60% vegetables, 40% meat, which is really how a lot of the Asian cuisine is. They still eat meat, but they have a high in vegetables and things like that too.
Yeah, right.
Especially Thai and kind of Southeast Asian countries. Lots of fresh stuff. So yeah.
And it's funny, with all the rice and stuff that they eat, they're all really lean. They've only become big in the last 20 years since all the Western bakeries and KFCs and all that, and 7-Elevens have hit Thailand.
Yeah.
They were the thinnest country on planet Earth with the lowest incidence of diabetes. Now they're one of the biggest in Asia with the most incidence of diabetes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's because they go to the 7-Eleven. And one of the big changes, instead of making big fresh vegetable soups, Ryan, what they do is you go to a supermarket in Thailand and they'll have those Maggi, add water soups.
Oh, yeah.
That are just wheat and whatever. There's no vegetable in it.
It's pretty much, just MSG and some sort of artificial flavorings. And
right. And so they just add hot water, and they'll have whole aisles stacked to the roof of it with millions of different flavors because it's so popular there.
And while they taste good, it's basically just sodium.
Yeah.
But in the old days they wouldn't waste any piece of meat. Like, you wouldn't buy it from the shop like that. You get a whole chicken, or you buy the chicken alive. Then you'd use every part of it. They'd use all of the bones and all of the carcass to create a broth.
Right.
All of the other vegetables that they throw in, so every part of it's being used and not wasted.
Yeah, I noticed when you go to Thai markets, they sell a lot of offal and all that too.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Offal? Kidneys, hearts, stomachs,
all that.
eyeballs, brains, noses, dicks.
Well, it's real food, eh? I mean, I probably wouldn't eat a cock dick, but a chicken dick. Maybe I have already though. Probably in chicken nuggets.
Meat pies, I'm sure I've eaten cow ones and camel ones and whatever meat they use instead of beef there. Yeah. They did a big special on that. They weren't even beef in those pies. It was camel, buffalo, everything but cow. Any cheaper cut.
I actually went to buy some goat the other day because I wanted to make a goat curry because it's, it tastes similar to lamb, but it doesn't have near the amount of fat in it.
Yeah, right.
But they didn't sell any. They didn't have any.
I've seen that before. A lot of people have gone off lamb, especially if they've got diabetes, because there's too much fat in the lamb for them.
It's so fatty. If you grab those 4-quarter chops, which I love, put them in a slow cook, and you cook them for 8 hours or something, then you open it up, and once it's all settled, you've got this thick layer of just
and when it cools, it goes solid, doesn't it? Solid fat.
Solid, and it's basically, artery cloggers,
With oil, do you mainly use olive oil, or do you use
oil? Or peanut oil is okay, because it's I think if you're using olive oil is probably the best.
Okay.
Like olive oil, if you eat lots of it, it'll still make you fat, but it won't clog your arteries. So it's good, Try and stay away from canola oil, or even though. How good does chips taste cooked in animal fat? But
much better in animal fat.
But if you've got high cholesterol, like I do, trying to lower it, it's stay away from that. Eat more grains, eat heaps of fiber, tons of vegetables, and still have meat, but just limit it and try and get cuts that aren't too fatty.
Yeah. I never worry about thigh and chicken breast though, because there really is only about 5 to 10% difference in the fat. It's not. It's so marginal that I prefer the dark meat. It's much softer. It's juicier.
Yeah, thigh meat is awesome.
Yeah. But I think turkey breast is 0% fat, whereas chicken breast has still got some.
Turkey breast, I like it too because it's
Yeah, it's nice.
well, it's kind of a little bit more rich and gamey, but I like that, especially in like a meal that like slow cook. That's why goat is good in a curry. You cook it for 10 hours or whatever, slow.
Yeah, right.
And it's delicious.
I've got a question. Yeah, I've got a question for you about prawns. Prawns have got no fat in them, but apparently if you get diagnosed with high cholesterol, they tell you can't eat bloody prawns anymore, or lobsters and that.
Well,
What's that about?
I don't know exactly.
Is cholesterol caused by fat? What causes cholesterol? Do you know?
Trans fats. It's like, yeah, like.
Well, there's no fat in a bloody lobster or a prawn. What are they on about? But anyway, you can't eat it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They reckon it's on your not to eat list.
They say, what do they say? They say not to eat, they say to eat, if you've got high cholesterol, they say to eat, like fatty fishes, like sardines, tuna, salmon especially, kippers, I suppose, any of those fish that are kind of very oily.
Yeah, right. They say don't or do?
No, they say do, yeah.
Oh, right.
It's high in omega-3, omega-3 or 5, one of the two.
Yeah.
Where's your knives at?
Top drawer.
Yep.
And those little ones with the neon handles, they're the sharpest and best.
With the neon handles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a sharpener or a stone?
No, but those little ones will cut through anything, mate.
Okay.
That's why I got them, because while they're small, they're great for large amounts of cutting. Some people like a big knife, some like a small.
Yep.
I like a small one, and those ones are sharp as anything. They're really good.
Cool. All right. I do like a chef, like a bigger knife normally, but that'll do. We'll use one of the two.
All my big ones are a bit blunt, but you can try using that big one. I've seen people use it here.
Cutting board.
There's a little one over there. I had big plastic sheets, but the cleaners and all that and other carers have put them everywhere, so I don't know where they are. But I've got great big. There's 3 or 4 like neon coloured ones.
Oh yeah, like the little thin ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got them at home.
And I don't know where they've put them, but they've got to be in the kitchen somewhere. I would have thought.
Hiding your stuff away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't find my bowls for a couple of weeks, and I realised that they'd been putting them away somewhere else.
Putting them in the laundry.
Oh man, some of the people have done that kind of stuff too. Honestly, you might just use that little one.
Yeah,
I'm afraid.
we'll get by. Okay, so first I'm going to do.
I'll just move these sauces out of the way so we can see the action.
It's not actually a little board. It's just a huge knife.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get a big bowl just to throw all the veggies and stuff in. Big plastic thing.
You can empty that fruit bowl if you want. Use it.
Yeah, there should be another something here we can use.
Oh, there's
Oh,
definitely.
here we go. Just anything.
Indeed, sir.
So we're going to make the chicken dish first.
With the chicken dish, you're going to do that thing with the bicarb and make them soft too, or?
Yeah, we can do that.
Oh, I love
although
that.
you don't necessarily need to,
Yeah.
because of its chicken thigh. It's pretty good.
Okay. Whatever you say, chef. And if he turns into Gordon Ramsay and starts going, "You effing say it," all that, I'll have to cut that bit out and not put it on YouTube.
Yeah. Wash my hands first.
That Gordon Ramsay.
You bloody wanker! Get out of here, you pathetic! Worthless, like he does not hold back, that guy, does he?
Some of the stuff that when he goes into, he had Hell's Kitchen or something like that, and he was going into people's kitchens.
Oh yeah, like and they're what do you call it? They're hotels and things like that.
Yeah.
Just carrying them a new one.
And they're storing fish and on a shelf and not in the fridge. And you go, "Hey, yeah, stinks. How long's that been? Oh, 2 weeks. You can't serve that to people. You kill them."
Yeah, it's.
And they go, "No, I can," and I do. And that's when he starts going, "You effing see, what the hell's wrong with you?" So you can see why
Some
he
people
loses it.
just don't understand. Like, I mean, even in high school, I just like to cut this kind of rustic and have so that you actually get pieces So it's not cut. So you don't want it to be cut too thinly, otherwise it'll boil up and it'll kind of stew. You want it to be in big chunks.
Yeah.
Hit it with high heat so it sears and it stays crunchy.
Oh, yeah. See, this is why he's here, people. Expertise like that, and this is what you're going to learn on the Ryan Cooking Show, the Ryan and Richie Cooking Show.
So we'll use a whole capsicum because we can. There's going to be tons of vegetables in this. A decent amount of chicken, and then we can actually put them all. We can divvy it up into into either freezer bags. Freezer bags are kind of.
I've got lots of lunchbox type things under you there.
Perfect.
I don't think at the moment I've got any of those. I used to have big piles of those.
Throwaway ones.
Yeah, and I still might. There might be some in the bottom of the pantry, but even there's not. There's permanent sort of Tupperware.
The reusable ones are better anyway because they're not going into turtles' mouths and stuff. Not getting eaten by dolphins.
Yeah, I hate cruelty to animals. Oh, down at Cedar Lakes,
Yep.
you feed the turtles. Did you do that when you were there?
I can't remember it. Like I said, it was like literally 32 years ago or something. But they used to be able to go there, and it was kind of like, the movie Dirty Dancing, where you go to like a, what do you call it? It's like a country club type vibe, and everything's there. You can go bike riding, or you can do dancing, or you can do all these different. There's heaps of activities, and you've got staff that do all of the entertainment activities and whatever else. And it was like that back in the day,
and nobody left you in the corner there.
Yeah, no one left baby in the corner. And and I remember you were able to hire bikes, and there was this hill going down the hill, and I remember that was the first time I rode a bike with no hands, riding it down a hill.
Oh yeah. Did you come off or you
No,
manage it? Good job.
I managed to do it, and I was like, wow, this is so cool.
But I'm from the time we didn't have helmets and pads and all that when we were kids.
We didn't have helmets on that time either, and that would have been probably 91, 92.
Yeah, it was so nice. And you know what else? But back in the day, I was before seatbelts as well.
Yep.
You didn't have to wear seatbelts. And I was before RBT, so everyone believed he was drunk driving as well.
Yep.
I can remember when they first advertised that. As of this weekend, we'll be testing your blood limit, and you're only allowed to have this many beers because it was 0.08 originally.
0.08,
yeah. And I remember everyone going, "What? I can only have 5 beers." Or
I can understand being bad to drive drunk, of course, but really, they're spending. Sometimes I feel like police should be out catching real criminals, except for all traffic offences. But,
Yeah, we're over-regulated now. Well, that was the start of it.
Look at all of these kids that are out there stealing people's cars and, stealing people's cars while they're at home in their house sleeping at night.
Well, not just sleeping, they're walking with machetes and stuff and saying, "Give me the keys to your fancy car or we'll kill you."
Yeah, and
then driving off with it.
Yeah, you get a speeding ticket for coming out of the tunnel in Brisbane and going 10 k's over the limit when it should be 60 or whatever, but you're trying to move with the traffic and you just,
Yeah.
It's like...
And me always getting pulled over for being too handsome. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Look at it, handsome, there's a fine. What for? You're handsome and I'm jealous.
Gotta hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go capsicum, onion, definitely. I don't think...
Then in comparison, there's you. You walk out the front and they go, "Right, let's book him for indecent exposure. Look at his head."
Get him out. Get him out.
I'm just joking. I'll tell you a funny one. There's an old Rodney Rude joke. He goes, I can't think about it without laughing. He goes, "There's this chick, she's really ugly." And then someone in the crowd goes, "How ugly, Rodney?" He goes, "Well, put it this way. She was so ugly, they used to hire her at the local bakery and squish her face in the dough to make gorilla biscuits." And then he goes, "Anyway, after I made love to her," but he used the expletive. After I made love to her, it just cracks you up. And then the other funny thing he said, one of his funniest things is, he had this song called "I Hate That," and he's singing about all the things he hates. And one of the things he hates, that onion smells gorgeous.
Yeah, it's strong. It's making my eyes water.
Yeah, it smells good from back here though. And anyway, he goes, "I hate it when you drive past the STD clinic And all the people from last night's orgy are all milling around out the front. I hate that, yeah.
I think I've heard that one.
Well, he was mad, but he was banned in Queensland for that filth. He couldn't perform up here.
Oh yeah, I had a CD of him once back years ago, and we always listened to it when we were out fishing when I lived
Yeah.
the Whit Sundays, and it was just hilarious stuff.
Well, when it first came out, I was only 8 or 10 or something like that, and it was just like every kid had it on the tape deck because we all, when you're that age, you love bum jokes and all the filthy language just cracks you up and all that.
Yeah, of course.
And we didn't get half of it too, but like it was sort of like a I don't know, rite of passage. And I can remember one day we were coming back from Queanbeyan in the ACT on the back of an Action bus, and we're playing it loud on the bus, and all the older blokes on the bus were laughing really hard and going, "You blokes are awesome, thanks for playing that." They hadn't heard it, and they're going, "What is that?" We're going, "It's Rodney Reed." And they were laughing. Yeah, it was good. It was a bonding thing between... You know what? In the old days, especially in Canberra, older dudes and younger dudes used to bond over stuff like that. They wouldn't be saying, "Turn that filth off. I don't want that racket on the bus." They'd be laughing and going, "Oh, you kids are cracking me up. What is that?"
Yeah.
And you'd make friends with the older dudes and they'd look out for you. And when I was younger, I swear to you, never once did I ever go to the shop without some bloke coming up and scruffing my hair. They do the thing with, hang on, they do that.
Yeah.
You go, "How are you, fella? How are you, little tiger?" Or if you had a cap gun, they go, shoot me. And then you'd shoot it at them. Yeah. And they go, "Oh, you're a good shot. You got me right in the heart. I'm dying.
Yeah.
No, blokes don't talk to other people's kids now. You'd be you'd be naughty.
Yeah, or you'd be
just considered a weirdo.
Yeah, don't talk to my kid, man.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? They had that in that Joker movie, actually. He was smiling with that kid. She turned around and said, "Stop bothering my child."
Yeah.
But back when he was a kid, because he's the same age, and when I was a kid, the older men cracked jokes with it. Oh, if you were wearing a cape and a mask, they'd be going, "Batman's here! Batman!"
Yeah.
You'd get 50 guys say it on the one shot.
We're saved.
Yeah.
Batman's here.
Yeah, and you felt connected to the older men. That made you feel part of the community and safe. And they'd call you young man, little man.
Yeah.
All that, and invite you into the brotherhood, but no, not anymore. And I think that's a shame, actually. Yeah. That's a real shame. It's something in society that's not useful, not helpful. We're talking about over-regulated. There's one where people are too tight on stuff and got bad ideas. Because in general, most blokes are good guys and they want to impart knowledge. One of the smartest things you and I could do, Ryan, is find guys older than us. Mm-hmm. They will teach you anything and everything. I think it might be from the caveman days or something. They want to teach younger men stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like you've been itching to teach me cooking. You want to teach stuff. Men want to teach other men stuff. We do.
Yeah.
Survival skills, we're inherently. And we want to locate each other. Like right now, we've been talking about all the health food and that. That's orienteered and located us to eat right?
Yep.
Yeah, so, that ginger smells wonderful, dude.
Yeah,
so that's what you're doing. You're teaching me stuff, but you're also orienteering me by showing me the vegetables, you took me to the vegetable shop. You didn't take me to the drive-thru and go, "Let's get a bloody bunch of French fries and a milkshake." You went, no, let's go
this
here.
This is the best deal. Get the value bundle from McDonald's. No.
Yeah, exactly, mate. So this is how men are supposed to relate, how we are today. Yeah. And this is when men are at their most happiest. And they've snuffed it out, and I don't like it, mate.
Yeah.
They've snuffed it out. But this is how men were with kids too. They love to stand around and go, "Look, mate, the reason I'm cutting up this ginger is because it's good for your heart.
Yeah.
Tastes good."
And that's one of the secret ingredients in that. When we go have Asian food down at Chinatown, and you go, "What's that flavour?" That's probably what it is.
Ginger
And garlic, and just the mixture of all those aromatic.
Are you talking about? Sorry to cut you off, mate. Right. Are you talking about Chinatown in Brisbane? Or just
more
anywhere?
Like Sydney or Melbourne, but
yeah.
Because Chinatown in Brisbane is kind of only the valley there, isn't it? It's only like one tiny little stretch. Whereas Chinatown in Sydney, awesome, and Melbourne, I think it's Box Hill. Yeah, it's good.
All the chopped up stuff, people.
Brilliant. Tons of veg there. We've got onion, capsicum, mushrooms, broccoli. And we're not really going by a recipe other than just lots of vegetables, decent amount of meat. We're going to use oyster sauce. We might do a dash of this one. We'll see what it tastes like first. I find using this with garlic and soy sauce and maybe a little bit of chicken powder, chicken stock powder.
Which dish is this? Is this the black bean or this is
This is the
chicken cashew?
Chicken cashew.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Yep. So we've got that sorted.
Oh, right. You've actually got black bean sauce over there, do you? Yeah, yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
For the black bean. Yeah.
And also bought some sesame oil because I realised we forgot that.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to chop the chicken. Wash my knife.
Chop the chicken on the left-hand side.
So,
all these old references. Do you even understand my references? Like, that's an old...
yeah, that was, what do you call it? Was it the Melody Makers? Melody Makers, pass the chip on the left-hand side.
No, it was Sonic Youth, I think they were called. They were little kids.
No, not Sonic Youth. It was something Youth, but it wasn't Sonic. Yeah, and it was a couple of Bob Marley's children were in it.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think it was his daughter and maybe one of his sons, maybe Ziggy. What was it called?
Yeah, it's playing on my mind now. What are they?
Yeah, not.
It wasn't Sonic Youth, because that was another band, wasn't it?
Sonic Youth was like they were like a grunge band from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, I was never big on grunge. I don't like grunge too much.
Okay, let's grab a bone.
I always liked the bigger songs of Nirvana because I think it was mainly because I liked the drumming.
Yeah, well, Dave Grohl was a bit of a weapon on the drums, eh?
Yeah. Okay. Turns out they're all disco beats.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw an interview.
I did see something. Him actually saying that, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that amount of vegetables, I reckon we cut probably 4 of these chicken thighs.
Okay.
I'm just dicing them up into sort of centimetre bits roundabout. There's a million ways you can chop chicken, but this is just going to be nice and simple. So you get like bite-sized pieces.
Did you work in food industry, or was your father that was a chef and you just watched your dad? What happened there?
Yeah.
So there's an example. Your father taught you this stuff and you watched and learned.
Yeah.
And it would have been good times with you and
I
the
had
old man.
questions because I was always interested in cooking, so I'd ask him and he'd be able to explain to me how they do that. How do they make it taste like this or whatever? What's that flavour, you know?
What was his specialty, Asian cooking or just anything in general?
French. He owned a French restaurant back when I was born, I think.
Did you do French pastries and desserts?
Yeah, he did like those, he did croquembouches and stuff, you know, the big profiterole cakes for wedding cakes with they're like these beautiful pastries full of cream and stuff. What have we got there? With toffees like sprinkled. So they all get put on top of each other in a big like pyramid type thing.
That sounds delicious.
And then it's sprinkled with, you know, toffee that goes hard all over the top of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that was one of the famous kind of wedding cakes and stuff that he used to do.
It'd be interesting then to go to the French restaurant at Landsborough, because he's a French pastry chef as well. He's Pakistani, but he learned. I think he went to France for a while and then Miami as well. But he learned on French islands, like they're like sort of Indian and African ones, but they were French islands as well.
Uh-huh.
That's where he learned his French stuff. But it'd be interesting for you to taste his pastries and you know, see how similar or not they are to your old man's. And
yeah, I'm trying to remember when the last time was that Dad did a croquembouche for a family member or something, and we had some, and I just remember it being like the best dessert because the pastry, it's just so lovely and fluffy and
wow.
And then inside of it's got a filling. They're all filled with yummy cream and whatever else, maybe some caramel, and then on the outside it's all just been kind of, there's a hard crispy glaze all over it of toffee.
Yum.
You know,
Yeah, I've been having banoffee, which is like got toffee and caramel or something on top of banana and cream and a biscuit base. He does that. It's really good.
Sounds yummy.
So he's definitely making that sauce that you're talking about and putting it on different things.
Yeah. But yeah, he did everything he did from, you know, like the sort of French standards, like escargot, snails, and frog's legs, and
I never want to try any of that. It sickens me, the concept.
really,
I just can't imagine them tasting it. What, do you like it?
I don't. I've never had those because, as I said, I was only born when that was a thing,
Yeah, right.
and I think it's probably not overly common to buy frog's legs unless you're living in a city.
Yeah,
Or the snails that you eat, but I've heard that they're awesome, and the old man seems to like them, and we have pretty similar tastes for
Okay.
taste and texture kind of ideas,
Mhm.
I guess.
Mm.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
like oysters and stuff like that, and I like what do you call them? I'll eat an anchovy straight out of the tin. I love anchovies.
Yeah, right. I want to try that.
You just probably best not to kiss anybody after you have, because it's pretty hardcore. Okay, so we've got our chicken there. So that's preparation for the first dish. Have you got like freezer bags at all?
No, sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Glad wrap.
I do. That's in the cupboard there somewhere.
Yep.
How handy is Glad wrap?
Could actually probably put those in with those other fillets you've got in there that are marinating. Or we can just leave them until.
Yeah, I'll use a different marinade because that one's a Thai sweet chili, and then I've also got a sweet chili, which is for some reason a bit different.
Okay.
So I'll try it with the other sweet chili. Those ones. I'll have to cook those ones today though because I marinated them yesterday. Is there how long can you leave them marinating?
Couple days,
Okay.
I would say. 48 hours would be the go.
All right.
Any more than that, you just don't want the chicken starting to get funky.
Yeah.
Okay, so just tidy up my mess so that I can start chopping all the stuff for beef and black bean.
Right on.
And actually, we will do our baking soda on the beef as well, just to tenderize
Oh
up.
yeah.
Baking soda.
I've wanted to do this so bad because there's an Asian guy. I think he's got a restaurant in Canberra as well.
Yeah.
But I think he's from the west of Sydney somewhere, and I think he's even got 44 million subscribers or something crazy. No, it couldn't be that many, could it? No, 4 million, I'd say, more likely. He's got millions of subs anyway, and he often does videos about the velvet beef or whatever it's called. And I've always wanted to try it at home because I like the style of beef, but then I feel sick from the MSG at restaurants. So we're doing it here, but we're not going to have the MSG to make me feel sick. So that's what, yeah.
No additives, just beef, and all you do is you put it in a bowl with a bit of water. So water does go in with the beef and the bicarb, and basically this stuff just sizzles the meat in a way. It doesn't cook it, but it starts to eat into the fibers of it that makes it tough. You know?
How long do you have to let it sit?
We can let it sit. By the time, if we cook the first dish, get rice cooked and everything, by that time, if it's been sitting there for an hour or more, that'll be enough.
Yeah, right.
But if you do it overnight, you get the best results, but sometimes it gets a bit too soft and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we do
I'm going to press stop. I'm going to start it again and do a beef and black bean one.
Okay.
Goodbye for, what is it? Preparation of chicken.
Yep.